Oof. I woke up like this. I woke up like this. It's Tuesday, February 11, 2025. Oh my god, it hurt just talking like a crack. It's not 4:20. It's actually 10:20. So yeah, I mean, like, we're just getting started. These crackers are like another trip. It's like a million trips an hour. We are great. We are awesome. We are amazing. And people buy that shit. Like, you're gonna tell me all these years and the demon rats, they never heard about it. I mean, the Republicans, same shit. Same shit. They never heard about it. You know, nobody realized, like, or they realize, but they don't tell them that you're so stupid. All these years, and you never learn about what the demon rats, the other party, because it's a two-party dictatorship. You never knew anything. You were stupid. Can people buy that shit? Especially when 99.8 they're like crickets, jumping from one party to the other party to the other party. And you mean to tell me, when you was in the other party, when Trump was a Democrat, when Tutsi Gabbard or whatever, I mean, these are the most prominent names, you know. It's all okay. It's all okay. They didn't know anything. Even when the entire world, you know, was telling them, you know, hey, you know, USA is funding, I mean, right here in Mexico, the last 6 years that we had President President Lopez Obrador, he sent them like 5 letters, at least. I don't know how many letters, saying like, you guys gotta stop. You cannot be meddling in our politics. You cannot be, stop this shit. The ambassador that Trump allocated while he was in, we found out that he was infiltrating millions of dollars through the embassy to the opposition, which is not opposition. They don't. I mean, they're just prostitutes. To no avail. Come this orange president, and oh, now we see it. Now we see it. You got like 5 shopping bags climbing up the mountain. So now they see it. People is screaming, shouting. Lock him up. Lock him up. As a matter of fact, in New York City, the mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, he had a prostitute. Just because you never seen anything like that ever happening before. He went from 20 years NYPD captain as an African American. And well, later we found out, because the New York Times, aka Politico, exposed him, outed him. Well, they did not out him. They outed his boyfriend or whatever. Eric Adams did not even live in New York City, but he was Brooklyn Borough President. I mean, that is white privilege. How come an African American man, can do that? And we learned, oh, because he's gay. He's gay. That's why he was at the NYPD. And he got no gag. He got no gagging reflex. He was such a good boy that he did not even finish his term, I think, or he barely finished his term, I don't know, as Brooklyn Borough President, and like, boom, New York City mayor, the mayor of New York City. Involved in so many scandals. And now they're saying it was like, oh, he got exonerated because it was what was it, Wilhelm, what's it called? Bill de Blasio. He was targeted by the previous mayor, de Blasio. I don't know. She don't even make sense, but I'm telling you that because I want you to see just how far the white privilege go. And now you got the Republicans. Oh my God, you're so corrupt. So much corruption. It's like the devil, talking about horns and tails, whatever, I mean, it's the same thing. I've been saying it. Psychopaths, psychopaths, psychopaths. They are the righteous ones. So they're gonna dismantle Wall Street. I mean, I want to see that. If that was the case, get Wall Street. Because that shit is nothing but speculation, ghost corporations that don't even exist, only on paper. That's one of the biggest scams there is. Wall Street, all of them. How come you're gonna tell me that it was just the Democrats that knew about Nvidia or Nvidia or white is white, no matter what you put it, no matter how you put it. It's white privilege. It's supremacism. And I guarantee you, if you was to go to all these idols, all these MAGA supremacists, and quiz them about just shit, they will know. But all day they're making fun about the other whites. They're the worst scum. New York City is a cesspool of blah blah blah. All day, all night. As if Texas was clean. As if Texas was pristine. On stolen land. Genocide. What did they tell us? What did they tell our ancestors, our cousins? They say, oh, you can remain over there, no problem. And they should be audited, investigated. Like the Longorias, like Eva Longoria, Cabeza de Vaca, all those families that remained, on the other side with no problem. It's always they need traitors. Like there's an ancient African proverb. It said the enemy outside can never win without the enemy within. It's always. And this supremacism, is just a joke. It's a joke. Because shouldn't you wait it? First of all, who's gonna announce, immigration rates? They're whistleblowers, You are the whistleblower. You're screaming, you're yelling every day. You're gonna deport everybody. And then you go like, oh shit, there's nobody there. Somebody tipped them. You go after the FBI first. And this is how you see, I said it's like public enemy number one of brown people. The FBI. But they hate, Trump the most because he's breaking the code. This is what's going on. They're breaking code. They're like, bitch, you're supposed to stay in code. And the Republicans are like, no, bitch, you have not given us our cut. You're giving us crumbs. You're giving them crumbs from the booty. It's always the case. They don't give a damn about nobody. Those PDAs, very strategic. I don't even know if he went to East Palestine already. But I see that he pick and choose where to go. To the LA ruins, to the LA fire. Obviously, I don't know. I haven't seen the whole list because whatever. I try not to get sidetracked, but all I hear was like, oh, it was white people's homes, It was very wealthy, very rich, and their homes burned down. And once again, they're showing you, the useless pieces of shit that they are. One zip code alone was worth like $8 trillion. But they never organized. They never had their own fire department. They never had their own, whatever. And of course, Trump is gonna go there and open the water. Get the water for these bastards. Get them water. And, I think it's just a publicity stunt. Oh yeah, this guy's already hungry. This guy's already hungry, right? I'm doing this for the last very few times because you're growing up so fast. I know pretty soon you're not gonna allow me to do this to you. You're gonna be a big man cat. Now he's a boy cat. It's a boy cat. It's a boy cat. He's so sweet. He's like, he still follow me around and cuddle with me. I have like other three male cats, right? And it's just a little bit. It's only a little bit that they allow you to do this. Like then they go like, bitch, get off me, get off me, get off me, right? You want a cat? You want a cat? You want a cat? Say hi. Oh, pobrecito de mi bebé. ¿Cómo lo hacen? ¿Cómo lo hacen? Cocho, tiene cocho mocho. Bebecito de mamá. ¿Tiene bebecito de mamá? ¿No? Gorgeous. He is wild AF. As you see him now, like bouncing off the walls. I don't want to sidetrack. Not to mention, which it should be the headlines, the world headlines, but you see most demon rats, or either that or they just, it's the way they do it, it's just like a broken record. Yeah, it's neo-Nazism, it's extremism, alt-right. Because the other one, nobody noticed how they're all Chinese. Biden turned Chinese. Malaria is Chinese. And Trump is Chinese too. Look at his eyes, like chinky eyes. And those are the most dangerous. Like J. Edgar Hoover. Another one did not have gagging reflex. That's what they call him, Hoover. So Biden told a lot of places, like East Palestine, I don't give a fuck because you voted for Trump. And he never went. And they're all taxpayers. So this one go like, he's not there yet. But I'm sure he do it when he can, when the cameras are turned off. He gonna wink, be like, I got you, crackers. Now his narrative is like, citizens, if they are United States citizens, they're gonna get a little crumbs. They're gonna get an extra biscuit from the slave master. And those are the things that should not, you don't turn the page. You're like, oh really? And that the same thing was going for Biden. But both parties party and play, like the gays say, they went along. They did not, they should have been like squealing like a pig, like they should have been like, oh hell no. I mean, I saw it, but like they should have been, they pay taxes, all these, they're crackers too. They should go like that. White privilege denied in East Palestine. Not for long, because, this is the pendulum, the doctrine of the pendulum. And I'm going to put you on audio. And that shit is really, really dangerous. Okay, I found it. I mean, I think it's the worst, or one of the worst websites. I think the other one is rumble.com. It's like, you gotta press like an arrow to rewind or fast forward instead of the touch screen. And ghetto. But guess what? They invested money in buying facial recognition. So I'm not able to upload no video that show my face. I feel so important. I'm like, whatever. It's like a ghetto. It's a ghetto websites. Truth Social is just as bad. It's just as bad. I mean, but they're bragging that they are and they got and they whatever and they control. So. I mean, that should be the breaking point, right, of humanity versus mankind. All that, unapologetically racist and the perpetual sobbing, the perpetual sob stories, like, oh my God, white people, are struggling. White people are like, before they shut down the last account on Twitter, I made a video that, it went nowhere for some reason, it disappeared, right? Because I titled it, The Rise of the Whites. That is exactly what they are selling. And there's idiots that are actually buying it. Oh my God, poor whites, oh my God. They get trillions of dollars in loans from all kinds of institutions, financial institutions, and I was gonna say they don't pay taxes, they don't pay interest. They don't pay interest. That would be nice. But, I mean, it's not even that. It's just that, oh, you don't got the money? Don't worry. Don't worry because you're white. You don't got the money? Don't worry. Versus, the African diaspora, the brown peoples, the wrong, like they will put it, the wrong phenotype, because they got the wrong genotype. They're passing for white, but they're Arabs, and they call it red tape, something like that, and all kinds of hidden fees, extremely high interest. I mean, like, and there's a lot of articles about that. There's documentaries about that. How the whites, they got it good. They got the complexion for the protection. I'm not white, and I still benefit from white privilege. Just because I'm like 5'9", Now I'm forgetting now the other metric system. I was gonna say 170, and I have a broad nose, and my bridge is like whatever, and like I pass. I got a lot of privilege, and as I always say, it's not flaunting it. It's for the people to get outraged because I did nothing for this kind of privilege. I did not. And like me, there's people like, they're real white, and they got, huge intergenerational wealth. And that's they all go working at Starbucks and all these jobs because they're trust fund babies, and their trust fund is not kicking in until their 30s because they want them to teach them the art of deception, deceiving people like, oh my God, the poor cracker or whatever, I mean, it happened to me. I was a waitress, and I was like, and then I learned, you're from that family. I think there was one, I remember, like it was DuPont or something like that. It's like waiting tables, but it is just they gotta get, the whole circle. They gotta go the full circle, so they learn how to fool people. They cannot look awkward, like going into like humanity, this mankind will look like aliens. So they gotta stay in touch. This is why, a lot of them, they go into acting lessons, whatever, because they love acting. I mean, just think about it. It's right there in our faces how they have this whole system of deception, to pass for human beings. It's obsession with histrionics and the arts of whatever they call it, the blah blah blah, and always talking about like, oh my God, it's just so amazing, blah blah blah. The performances is like, and they're laughing at us, like, oh shit, we can, even make them believe that we are one of them. That's what they say. That's the art of passing for humans. Well, anyway, the clip, which I should have started like that, right? I should have is this guy who I forgot who he is, but he is sounding the alarm about the Census.gov, the census website that being deprived from accessing the data, basic data. And it's the perfect crime because people are gonna say like, oh yeah, remember that Elon Musk, found out there was like, I don't know, like 100 billion people, whatever. No, like billions of dollars given away who don't even got social security number. I was thinking like, wow, it's a perfect crime, right? Because if they committed ethnic cleansing or whatever in the United States, which is pretty common, it's very common, and I mean, when they control the media, as much as they want to say like, oh my God, the media is against Republicans, the media hate MAGA, the media hate, like, yeah, sure, It's more like, they want to look like they are not 100% biased and whatever. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know how, but it might be that. It might be that. I mean, if they commit mass genocide in the United States, because we learned over the years, they've been shopping, buying tons of, poison. I mean, like buying tons of, like caskets. They got caskets for like 2, 4 people, whatever. You saw that video about the guillotines that they bought, like, I don't know how many thousands of guillotines and guillotine blades. So we wouldn't even find out. And that is the trap. That is the downfall of today's society. Because we're like, oh, come on, we got internet, we would have seen it. No, we wouldn't have seen it. The way they shadow ban people like myself. I mean, like, you can see, I mean, maybe like 5 views. I mean, like, the views I got is because, of entertainment or whatever. But everything else, no views at all. I don't know how they do it. Because I say, like, not even by accident. I don't believe that nobody click on my shit, not even by accident. On Twitter, the same thing. Within like 24 hours, I get my first red flag. Your account been red flagged, shadow banned. And like, okay, so, you gotta use whatever trending hashtags are happening, which I hate, but it's to the point that it's guerrilla, like gorilla, but with an E, guerrilla warfare. That's where we are, and nobody want to see it. And only when, something happened. I don't even gonna say like, oh my God, because they're supposed to be studying like, oh my God, Trump's victory was like because of this, because of that. They never gave credit to the influencers. What influencers? Come on. As if they don't, they might have like 10 videos, whatever, that, are about something, that is true, or even they can be called the resistance, right? But then they have all the 2 or 3 that, and those 2 or 3 videos that they got cold hard cash for, those go straight to the subconscious, because there's a lot of people. I mean, like, some people they're like Rogan, right, or Rogaine, or whatever his name is. Some people they're mistrustful of him, but it's very few people. So when he sell out, then that is like unnoticed. It's like, or they excuse him. Anyway, let's play the video. It's 2 minutes.
Data sets from Census.gov are now not available to the public. Census.gov website, when you call up normal data sets like how many people live in the country, population estimate, says access to the data is, quote, forbidden. Some data experts have found a workaround for some of these data sets, including going to another website, data.census.gov, but it's not all there and not all easy to do. Data normally downloaded by economists is just not there, according to several sources we've talked to. For example, Maureen Haver at Haver Analytics, who provides data to CNBC, says My staff tried numerous economic releases and we could not access them through Census.gov. Mike Horrigan, president of the Upjohn Institute for Employment Research, says, when was the last time that Census just stopped publishing data? That just doesn't happen. It suggests that there may be internal pressures not to publish data that we rely on, and we need to figure out if that's true. It is unclear if this census data is a technical problem or part of a larger federal data purge that we've seen in things like healthcare and other areas of the government. We emailed the Census Bureau, we called them, they could not be reached for comment in the last several hours. Melissa, just very quickly, Census does provide data for the household survey that the BLS releases tomorrow. I have no indication that there will be any problem with that data tomorrow, but obviously economists are concerned about this data and it is used widely throughout the economy. Another bit of data that's not available is tiger mapping data that's used widely in mapping programs like Google and all sorts of things. Those files are also unavailable at this time, we understand.
All right, Steve, do you know if this data is unavailable or if it has been deleted?
I do not know that. I know that when you go to access these files, it says forbidden.
Yep. That's all he knows. It says forbidden, but he still saying, oh, it might be a technical difficulty. They gotta cover all the bases because they're like demagogues. I mean, that is the only thing that they, I'm not gonna say they're terrified, but that over the decades, I see the only thing they want to avoid. This is why, if you see like, oh, it could be a technical difficulty or whatever they say, a glitch or whatever, like. But he said, oh my God, oh no, I forgot what he said. Prohibited, right? He said prohibited. So, but there was never lines. There was never like, you know, and they're supposed to be having, and I asked people from other states, you know, is there lines ever? You know, like, nope. They got 320 million people, and we know that, you know, the lifestyle, you know, they used to have not too long ago is on decline. There's less people, you know, living it up in certain manners, right? But I don't know. I mean, like, meaning, oh, they got private insurance. They got like whatever, you know. But the thing is that all these healthcare providers that I was seeing was also seeing, you know, private insurances. Never lines, never nothing. So like, it's too weird. It's just too weird. So, I mean, I think that would be the best case scenario, you know, to blow up their numbers. So they say, you know, oh, the United States, you know, we are 320 million strong. We have, and they don't. So that would be the best case scenario. The other scenario would be like that I've been thinking about since I heard this piece, you know, like I'm thinking like, well, there's been ethnic cleansing, mass genocide, and they got some loose ends. And they don't want nobody to find out. So, I mean, that should have been like Elon Musk. I mean, I'm talking about Elon Musk as if he got any agency, you know, on what he do, on what he say, you know, like, he don't. I mean, it's like, nobody's talking about how he bought Twitter for $22 billion. And now Twitter is only worth $13 billion. So he lost more than $10 billion in less than 2 years. And he's the greatest businessman ever. This is why everybody is reviewing like people like Einstein, like Steve Hawking, Napoleon Bonaparte, all these characters, all these historic characters are supposed to be like, I mean, they're smoke screens. They're smoke screens. Like, oh no, let's talk about, you know, how a genius he was. You know, Napoleon and Hitler, and like, when in reality they are like, because we're seeing it every day. We see like people like Bill Gates. They are masters of everything. You know, I mean, like, not even like what's it called, like jackass or jack train, what they call that expression. No, they are masters of everything. Everything, you know, like, what you like? Agriculture, they know everything about agriculture. Vaccines, they know everything about vaccines. Software, computers, everything, you name it. Elon Musk, he know everything about everything. Mars, space shuttles, computers, social media. It's like, these are not even Renaissance man. These are like gods. If you think about it, like, and when they give interviews and when they talk and like go like, what the fuck is this supposed to be? And that's what they want people to believe, that being a know-it-all, being a you know, what would you say, you know, wizard, you know, a what do you do? What are you hunting? He's hunting something. That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. That's why they paraded Einstein and Steve Hawking. It's like, oh yeah, it's like, you can do it. You can do it. They had a television show, Doogie Howser. Remember Doogie Howser? How many people, how many millennials, they still talk like him about everything. They're pontificating. They don't know shit. They don't if you spot it, you got it, right? But I try not to. Okay? This is only theories. This is theories. Obviously, we don't have the proof because the proof is sealed, and even when it's not, it's been a lot of declassification. There's been a lot of declassification, a lot of declassified information, and it's there. So it's not all conspiracy, whatever. It's not. It's not just a hypothesis. Everything I said, I'm touching on stuff that is common knowledge. Amongst people who don't watch television and consume their white content. So I don't know. They're gonna say, they was just terrified of Elon Musk, getting access to the Census Bureau. If that was the case, why Elon Musk went to FEMA instead of going to the Census Bureau? Because they're in cahoots. They're not going to significantly wound, the white privilege, scaffolding, whatever they got, the whole structure, massive structure of white privilege. They're not. And there's a lot of people, if you go to Truth Social, whatever, the websites, lock them up. Saying lock them up. They said, one said, when a government starts locking up the top politicians, officials, whatever, that's when you know a government is working for the people. They posted out there, the crackers. A lot of them, they're like, they're laughing through the pain. They're crying through the pain. They're like, oh my God. There's a few that they already started like, okay, so we're just switching faces. It's the same slave master, but we're just switching faces. Trump just got busted buying millions of vaccinations that they're not even made yet. Just chew on that. It might be fake news, right? Let's just take it as a fake news, which I don't think so. If he is in bed with Bibi Netanyahu, and none of these crackers are like repudiating, they are defending Israel. Just look at this. They started by telling us how disgusted they was with IPAC or whatever. That's IPAC. That's the name of the pack about the terrorist state of Israel. Because I've been following, especially the last 4 years, and it's like, damn it, they're like, we are, Israel is fake Israel, bitch. That's how I saw them, and there was like, oh my God, there was like tons of memes, fight your own wars. Why we have to fight every, Israel is fake, Israel wars. Why don't they fight their own wars? I got thousands of documentaries, so I'm exaggerating, but just like there's like, and they don't play them no more. They don't show those things because, you know, I mean, like what Malcolm X taught the whole world about, you know, it was whites are psychopaths. Psychopaths. I mean, just like I'm looking in your face and like, I cannot be like that. If I'm consciously lying, you know, I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna go into like, oh, how the mind of a psychopath works. No, I don't know how the mind of a psychopath works. I mean, I imagine it's basic compartmentalization, right? This is like they compartmentalize and like somehow they've been trained from childhood, like, you know, to just switch the narrative a little bit, you know, and you swear on the Bible, but you know, you change one word or two words, and that technically is not perjury, you know. I mean, like, how many Bibles Trump swore in, and he didn't touch either one, right? He's supposed to be swearing on his grandfather's Bible or something. But I mean, I didn't watch that, that he didn't touch any Bibles, and like, I don't know. And there is your Savior. There is your Savior, but once again, here come my theory, right? Because I haven't really heard it anywhere else. That's why I say it's mine, you know, about like, you know, friendly fire, you know, white privilege by any means necessary. They don't. I mean, just look back a little bit, rewind. How many times, or they claim, I don't know, it could be all, you know, false flag. It could be, you know, a montage or whatever, you know, about their own children being friendly fired. They don't care. They don't care. They might curse them out a little bit. Mr. President, fuck you, but like, you know, whatever. They still supporting, you know, white privilege. They still, you know, keeping their money in those financial institutions that hold it together, right? But they go like, you know, they had a meme, you know, like a glue, like a bottle of glue, and it said corruption is what keep the Democratic Party together. Interesting, you know, because I mean, in one way, they're not lying. They don't see Wall Street as corruption. They don't see imperialism as corruption. They don't see, you know, terrorizing people, well, some people and some mankind, like Europe. It's interesting. That's going to be an interesting visit to the itty bitty tiny European peninsula. I don't know. He said he was going. I heard. I saw somebody tweet. Like say he was going to the EU European Union. For what? What he's gonna get? And now, you know, President Putin, he went like, he want to meet, I want to meet, but there's no attempts. There's nothing. There's nothing from the White House about the meeting because he ain't got nothing. And he know if he goes see President Putin, he's just gonna come out empty-handed, and he's the one he's gonna have to bend over and take it like a white boy, I mean, just like he's gonna do the what the white boys do, the cuckle, cuckoo, cuckle. That disgusting shit is. I don't even want to say it, but that is who white people is. It's not, and they would have shut it down. They shut me down how many times? My channel on Rumble, shadow ban. I get like what, 20 views, and just because people subscribe and they get an email every week about the videos I upload, but most of them their own code, and they're like, just do not click on it, or either that too, or they do what they do always, take away the retweets, the views, the subscriptions, it's like textbook, like when your YouTube channel is about to disappear, the subscriptions, they just plateau. You got like 20, 30,000 subscribers and that's it, and then boom, they steal all your content. But oh no, we are not allowed to call it theft. Then what is it? It's intellectual property. And highway robbery, that's theft. And nobody even say nothing about, nobody want to call it for what it is, theft. I mean, the United Slaves, they just stole another ship from, I forgot, Venezuela. Well, Iran. It's piracy. They're pirates. Stealing entire ships. I mean, I'm talking about huge cargo boats in the ocean. Never went away. It never went away. They've been doing that forever. The maritime laws, the bullshit crap. I'm white and I say so. And I create my institutions and they got the stamps and the seals. And it's official. Meanwhile, all those stamps and seals belong to the whites. Work for the whites are, about the whites. And that's how they stole everything in Africa. In Africa, like Cecil Rhodes, he got the stamps from England, from the so-called Queen of Elizabeth, which is the Queen of Babylon, whatever. The whore of Babylon, Queen Elizabeth. But they gave him all the seals. And he was like scaring everybody. Oh, this is like, you see this? And like seals and stamps and like, and people was like, well, I guess it's legit. Look, I got signatures, got seals from the British, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Which you notice the flag of the British East England Company, one of the biggest terrorist organizations. It's just the same thing as the United Slaves flag, except they put stars. They took but they left the red stripes. They're telling you right there who they are. If you gain your independence, first thing you want to do is get a flag that do not even remotely look like the colonizers, right? But they never left. So I don't know. I'm just like, I'm doing my part. I feel like everybody should be, writing, just recording audio, blogs or anything. I hope people are doing blogs. I don't do the blogs because, you know, it's just like, I don't know why. I don't have time, really. I'm like, I guess I'm like a one-trick pony, and like I just stick to the basics. Basics, you know, like waiting for my planet to get out of retrograde, which is at the end of this month. There's 2 more weeks. I don't know. I'm gonna decide if I'm going back to Twitter or not. You know, I mean, it's very practical. It's very practical because for some reason they are not able to censor searches as much sometimes. You know, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it's like I search and it's like, I don't know. I already downloaded DeepSeek. I'm scared of asking because every time we ask something to AI, it's just like making it more powerful, making it more knowledgeable of our shit, our business. Who the fuck do that? Imagine just like the kind of self-hate when you go and tell them, you know, your innermost desires, fears, whatever. And it is interesting to learn, you know, how they can block users from certain information. Because if it's super AI, it should be like, shit, you know, why can't it find a way? And I mean, especially when it's out there and it's consuming so much information. They say some are consuming the equivalent of the information human beings consume their entire life in one day. In one day. I mean, like, shit's scary. But you gotta do it because, you know, Google is just, it's like this, it's blindfolding. Like, you search something and like, you skip 100 pages and still nothing. That is some kind of power. That's some kind of power. But I don't know, how can they stop AI? I know that they do ban certain topics. I guess that's programming, right? They program that AI to do not touch on whatever topic. Like, you know, the Neanderthals. Do not tell them who the Neanderthals are or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how they can do it. I don't understand. I don't understand. And another question I've been having for years is what's going to happen when, you know, all these AIs find each other and start exchanging shit and whatever. How can they prevent them? The Chinese AIs from the India AIs from the honky AIs, you know, like that ought to be interesting, you know, like, and that is something that might be for a while, and we gotta be prepared to have like 10 million terabytes in order to save all this information. You gotta save all this information before it disappears. For a while, you know, the AI is gonna be telling the truth. It already is sometimes. People are asking shit and putting it out there well, AI is not holding back on certain things. But you got to store it. You got to store it. You got to do a library, of with all this information, AI, and you don't think just like Tartaria. I have not seen anybody post their results. This confirmed what I've been saying. This confirmed that the fact that all these influencers, whatever they are names, my lunchbox and all that stuff, they are part of the problem. They're part of the problem because they tell you, a lot of them, they say they're using AI. And you get to see all these little nuggets on social media, people who ask questions and get some amazing answers. And instead of, people organizing and shit, you gotta focus and keep up, follow up on this information with other AI or whatever, and keep looking for books, keep looking for whatever, because I'm sure they're not few, but the libraries, the ancient libraries that we know, we heard about it, they're gonna be catching fire soon. I don't think the one that they rave about, what's it called, in China or somewhere. China's libraries. So what kind of game are we playing? Because China got original records. China know everything about Tartaria. Because they love to archive. They love to, keep records and history and stuff, Iran, they have a lot of information still. That's why they wanna get rid of Iran. They got it. But this is the time. This is the time when to get rid of the imposters calling themselves Americans. They got the nerve. They got some motherfucking nerve to call themselves Americans. And we allow it. Not even Americaneers like the ones in South Africa. They got cities. They have entire cities segregated for whites only in Africa. And they're crying bloody murder. They want to officially install another, because they see how successful the terrorist state of Israel is, fake Israel, it's been in the last 80 years. So everybody want to get Israel, and I think that's what's coming up. In 15, 20 years, the other Israel is going to be Texas. Same model, because they found out, land and more land. They're still going to keep the land, though. Because it's called white privilege for a reason, right? But different states. It's going to be the same hoax like the Civil War. The Civil War, even when there's all these witness, talking about like, there's this guy, he said like, my grandpa used to say, that these cannonballs wasn't killing anybody. It was made out of rubber or something. There was no cannonballs. You see the official pictures of the Civil War casualties, the friendly fire. And you see it's the same guys put in different positions because they are dead. You see, it's like, that's why they have one of their favorite sayings, go big or go home. The bigger the lie is just to them like, the more outrageous, the more like baseless, just like adrenaline junkies. They go like, sure, yeah, or whatever, let's make this shit up. And not to mention that all the survivors, all the veterans of the Civil War, spent like months out of the year doing performance arts, whatever they call it, theater. They was best friends. Just like you have the pictures, they're all shaking hands, like, well done. White privilege is alive and good, and it's gonna stay that way, Oof, there's so much lying and cheating and whatever. And you saw Vice President Vance, that guy triggered the damn gaydar like. Hey, half of them are gay, but they are Christians, whatever. Anyway, well, he went to Europe or whatever, his first trip, and he walked out on one of the vice presidents of China. He walked out. And nobody noticed that. Nobody noticed that, that so far it's been what, like 3 weeks? And it's mostly, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I see mostly, if not all, symbolic victories, like the tariffs on steel and what's it called, aluminum. The same tariffs that he tried to put in when he was, 45. I don't know why he's 47. I don't know. They did the same thing with the other ones that got reelected. I don't know. Maybe they did, right? I don't know. I think it should be 45, but anyway, getting sidetracked. But yeah, 74,000 jobs got lost. And when you think like, okay, this is beyond embarrassing. He's talking about Motown. You're gonna bring it back. How many presidents they want to keep it? They wanted to keep it by, subsidizing everything. They wanted to bring it back. I don't think Ford, I'm shocked to learn that Ford still exists. But they left the United States, of course. But they're patriotic. And they're all like, they're gone. And, it's just symbolic. It's just symbolic. They have not been able to deport anybody. They're doing like prisoner exchange things and calling them deportations. like I say, you piss the FBI and they turn on you. They start tipping the refugees against ICE, baby. It's beyond stupid. And he announced every day. Why you gotta announce the tariffs? Why you gotta announce another symbolic victory? Why do they have the same sound at the beginning? Victory, victim. Interesting. Like I say, English language is just spells and curses. So, you can do whatever the fuck you want in your house. I can say, I'm gonna call this the Gulf of China. Shit, it's my apartment. I'm renting this shit. I got a lease and everything, so I can call this, if I want, the Gulf of China. What's the big deal? Why you wanna, you get 4 years telling your base, your trumpets, egging them on by stupid shit. Like the Gulf of Mexico. Like, I'm gonna change the Gulf of Mexico. Like, I'm gonna change. And there was crackers that they actually thought that was gonna be possible. Like I say, in your house, you can call whatever, whatever you want. It's no big deal. But that's all he got. That is all he got. So he was like, and he melted for all it's worth. It's like in campaign, that Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf of Mexico this, the Gulf of Mexico that, and we're gonna change this and we're gonna change that. You change whatever the fuck you want. It's like calling his pawns, children, whatever he called them. Everybody knows he was fucking Ivanka. Shit, I'll be like, oops. One of the best known secrets. And I got pictures. They are way from before deep fake. I don't know. It could have been deep fake, but the fact that they haven't sued nobody when she's on his lap and she's practically naked and she's grown as this, looking like a tranny. So he said it. And he said, my daughter is so gorgeous. If she wasn't my daughter, I would be fucking her, blah, 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 blah. And it's on and on and on and on. That's some cave shit. That's where they're coming from. In Northern Europe, the caves in Northern Europe, they still got tons and tons of mankind skeletons, remains. But, you keep, whatever. You drink all the damn orange Kool-Aid that you want. People are no good because they're not even people. What they tell us, when they first arrived here, they were sleeping all together in one bed, and they would put like a board, right? A board, like, oh my God. And that worked very well, right? With the inbreds. And who the fuck is talking about those things? But they didn't think it was awkward or awful. That you just had a little, like, plywood, like a little board in between, in the bed, sleeping with your mother, your sister, whatever, like. Oh yeah, I forgot about Vans. of course, he went. I think he went to the EU already. I don't know. I'm so confused. Like they're like they said, this president have to be acting like this week could be his last. That's why he's like on speed, going one place to another, and sending everybody one place to another. I think he went in because he was saying the same broken record as the other ones, the demon rats. We gotta stop AI from disseminating false information. Because everything is false. Only what they say is the truth. Oh my God, I'm getting bored and tired. It's just the same thing as always. Oh, that shit is fake news. That shit is deep fake. No, that shit is deep fake. And what they say now, the demon rats, what they say, oh, we're being victims of, being slandered in the media, and the media just spinning and whatever, and blah, blah, blah. Same shit. Yes, another doctrine, the doctrine of the ping pong, the doctrine of the snake oil doctrine, the Monroe doctrine, like whatever, the doctrine of discovery. And the bullshit keep going on and on and on. It's like, and it's always outrageous, always. When Biden was saying like, oh my God, we're like good people. The evil ones are the other ones. Orange is the evil one. And the orange thing is like, that Chinese guy is the evil one. He's senile, he's this, he's that, he whatever, blah, blah, blah. And like, it's just bread and circus. Nasty bread and circus. Shit like. But here we are, and we are reporting it. It's message in a bottle. It's just itty bitty, tiny dust, grain of salt or sand, whatever. Whatever the metaphor is. It's like. That's it. And that's it. What else you can do? What else you can do? And like, we are trapped in this Twilight Zone episode where, they go like, the same exact speeches from the Democrats, that corrupt Republican Party. They're like, they got all these perks, they got all these, white privilege, we're like, and orange, the Republicans. Oh my God, the Democrats are the devil. The Democrats are. How come Agent Orange did not order Didi's? Let's speed it up. Let's speed it up. If that was like, if he was draining the swamp, if he was not corrupt, because I don't even know how they can talk without biting their tongue, like, and look at this and look at that and look at, as if they don't, got their ways of. Just it's corruption too. It is corruption in Wall Street. Even voting. How they have certain states. The white states counting. I forgot what their points or whatever. They got the Electoral College. They got the, I forgot, Mandarin, whatever. They got all this shit that was instituted during slavery to guarantee the whites always staying on top. So if the Republicans was not corrupted, if the Republicans was the good guys, if the Republicans was different, they could start right there. The gerrymandering and all those things, right? Keep it simple, stupid, whatever, paper ballots. He's been signing 1 million executive orders, but when it comes to voting, shouldn't it be like the first thing? Fuck gerrymandering, fuck, oops, I'm getting speaking French. Electoral college, all these but that's not gonna happen because the white states, districts, they're counting for 3 black districts or brown districts. And that's one of the reasons why they hate New York City, not just because it's corrupt as fuck. They hate it because it's Schwarty, what they call it, Schwarty, or they have 1 million words for black. Urban, it's the same thing that they were saying in Germany about France. France is going down because they have accepted too many N-words. Forgot that one already? And that's the real reason. It's not because the LGBT orgies and whatnot. It's because it's too dark. It's too dark. But and he goes to African Americans, tell them, yes, we know you built this country. This country was built with slavery. And he goes telling the whites, yes, you are the only ones that count, that matter in this planet. And you should have it all. Just the way Hitler intended it. Right? Thank God for vinegar. Oh, it's just something bit me. I do notice less, reactivity, and that's good and it's bad because Orange is gonna go what the fuck, It's just been 4 years and people are not begging for their lives. People are not running scared. People are not no. Yeah, that is the inoculation factor, right? You saw this Orange, he was there for 4 years. The world didn't end. That's why he had to escalate. But he did not escalate. He basically have not deported anybody. And I hope people are catching that view, it was that Biden was deporting way, way worse. And he wasn't announcing to anybody. I mean, just look at the numbers. Just look at the numbers of Biden, and look at these 3 weeks. And he wants to deport 1 million every year. I mean, his goal was for 1 million refugees to get deported. And he ain't even doing that. He's not delivering. I told him on Rumble, what's called on Truth Social. I told him this is freaking Charlie Sheen 2.0. Because they were winning. winning, winning, like I see the word winning, like bitch where? Bitch where you're not deporting anybody. And now the FBI hates your guts. Like they say, if you attempt against the king, you best do not miss. And now he got to invite the FBI now. That's what it is. You start like that. It's a classic technique. You start threatening everybody. You go like, fuck the genders. And they go like, under the table, you gotta like, here come the tariffs. So this time he did not even get money and he did not apply tariffs. That's all he got. So that all he gotta be talking about tariffs this, tariffs that, and like, and that's good. That's good because we saw, when he was 45, we saw 74,000 jobs. That's not fake news. That's 74,000 jobs. Kaput. Because, what he's doing is just another nail in the coffin. It's not going to be competitivity for the United Slaves. What he was doing is the same thing that he'd been doing with Malaysia, with their steel. They get it from Malaysia and then they put made in USA, and then they sell it or they use it, whatever, and they boost the morale. Because for white supremacy, like come to a point that, they gotta be like, okay, so the crackers gonna say, what are we good at? What are we good at? Just terrorism. And that shit don't even work. And that's another reaction worth noticing. Who's controlling the Palestine opposition, whatever, It should have been like the whole planet out in the streets when he announced that out of the goodness of his orange heart, he was going to fix Gaza. The Gaza Strip need a makeover. It's like a reality show, Come on. Why Palestinians, they want to live in there? It's all rubble. We did it. We know what the Gaza Strip looked like because we bombed it every day. We blew and burned little babies, more than 20,000 babies, to Moloch. But now, here come the white savior. It's a typical textbook white savior, right? Rape you, fuck you up, give you AIDS, and now, come on. I need some PR. And Bibi was like holding on to the podium. It's like, you're gonna take what? You're gonna do what? And then he went like, okay, just tag along. It's just so they don't blow up. Because we did a survey and we realized that most people, they don't want the terrorist state of Israel to keep Palestine. So if we do it, then we're gonna fix it real good. Like we're gonna, we're gonna put a freaking mall, casinos, Trump casinos, and like, you're like, wow. And still people attack me every time I tell them that the Neanderthals are psychopaths. And I got like books, entire encyclopedias, receipts, pure receipts. Like, this is interesting. This is interesting because we have a saying over here, you know, barking dog can't bite. That's why he's barking, the damn dog. You know, or either that or his bite is bullshit, right? It's like, and that's good, you know, like, I like it. I like all these, you know, what they call it, hyperbolas, all these supremacists. It's like, we are great, we're draining the swamp. We are like whatever. How about starting an investigation on Isaac? Copy. That be draining the swamp if you declassify all his shit, right? If you confiscate all whatever is left of his belongings and start real investigation, right? I mean, he could start so many places if he wanted to drain the swamp, but it's a catchphrase. It's a politician. He's a salesman and a politician. That is like two of the worst things, right? I mean, it shouldn't be, but you know, it's like we say that they have like a stomach hands. They have the hands of a stomach. They touch it and turn it into shit. You know, because politics and politicians, you know, are supposed to be great public servants, staying away from confrontation. And why we see these politicians, it goes fanning the fires all the time. Keep those fires alive. More racial slurs, more this, more that. And people, they don't even give a fuck no more. They're inoculated. Yeah, illegals. Yeah, it's just like, whatever. Terrorists. I say it's good and it's bad because Oran's gonna say like, oh, we need to escalate because they're not scared of us anymore. Like AOC, she was yelling at Biden, you motherfucker, they're not scared of us no more. She was bonkers. They're not scared of us. What are we gonna do? They're not scared of us. That shit is scary. That shit is scary because, you know, like, I mean, USA, I mean, just, you think that, I mean, how many billions Elon Musk received from USA when he was a demon rat, when he was kissing ass to the Democrats? And you saw, they all got tired. Zuckerberg was like, so he gave him $20 million. That was just an offering, just like, I prove to you that I'm a right wing. I'm like Tutsi, Gibber, whatever, Gabber. I'm Tutsi, I'm like, whatever. You know, all of them, they've been switching parties throughout their career. You think there's any journalists writing a book about it or a board, you know, like, and what was they doing? They was just training in cahoots. They was just like, okay, so you're over there, so you know how it works, and like, okay, now you go over there. Because, you know, they wanna make believe people that, like, oh my God, there is opposition. There's opposition. There is dissent. There is, two very different political parties, when in reality both political parties are about white privilege and white privilege alone. And Orange say, like, look at all the millions they gave to illegals, and why they gave millions or billions of dollars to illegals? To hold on to white privilege. And that's another one. Shit is like, you worry about fentanyl, white privilege is like 1,000,000 times worse than fentanyl. Look at them. Like, in reality, which I hear, like, reality, royalty, whatever, they should be fleeing. They should be disappearing. Everybody should be disappearing. I'm like, there is 240 something trillion dollars missing. Not 36. They claim it's $36 trillion. Like I posted on Rumble. I posted on Truth Social. I don't know who this guy is, but he's talking in an official event, or either that, or he's talking in a white convention or whatever, and telling them, like, hey, this you're talking about the military bases outside. There's almost 1,000 U.S. military bases throughout the planet. You say, talk about the military bases underground. They're costing almost like $3 trillion every 2 years. And they got infrastructure way down under. For what? I mean, this is something that we all been seeing for the past at least 10, 15 years. But they're all fake, right? All the videos are fake. All the, you see that all the accounts, all the people talking about, I was there. I mean, granted, a lot of them, they are like puppets. They're whistleblowers, but because they want to be the ones blowing the whistle, because that way they control everything. Like Candace Owens, like the other Arab, what's his name, Russell, like all these characters, right? Let me tell you, this is horrible. They never provide real solutions. They never organize the masses, and by that you can, small actions, or nothing. It's just fear mongering. You're like, oh my God, it's like, it's really bad. It is really bad, and they got these tunnels, and they got all this infrastructure with millions of babies, and like, oh my God, it's just like, you go like, whoa, cannot be, and that's it. So what that tell me? They wanna destroy my immune system. That's what it's all about. And they're doing it with some people. They're succeeding with some people. But anyway, I'm done for today. I'm just like, another 4 more years. It's like, and nobody see the desperation. The Gulf of Mexico, the illegals, the this and that. I mean, they've been getting into these holy of holies institutions. They got it to the Department of whatever, payments, whatever. Oh, they're getting into all these agencies. And I haven't seen a single arrest. Who they arrested? We all learned Nancy Pelosi dumped her stock. Or Nvidia, whatever. Months before we knew about DeepSeek. Shouldn't she be called to be questioned? I mean, they call a bunch of people to question. It was not televised. I have not seen anything. It's the same thing, hush hush, like, yeah. We want everybody to know that we summon your ass and we like, you're scared, right? You're very scared and you're like, whatever, like, wink, wink, because we all white. We got writings, we got letters from the last 400 years. The whites writing to the whites all over the planet. And what they say, do not let them see us sweat. Whites cannot go to prison. Whites cannot be put in a bad lighting. Whites cannot be, caught. Nothing. And there's probably millions and millions of letters and stuff like, basically telling like, hey, what you doing? What you doing? Like, you don't see that you're white, they're white, give them a pass. You gotta tell the masses that whites are Teflon coated. That's why we never seen that. Jeffrey Dahmer should have seen that was beyond horrific. I had just arrived into the United States in 1989, and I go like, wow, where am I? Cooking and making sculptures with the corpses, beheading them, eating them, and no, he's white. No matter what they do, they're just like, that the reality show, remember that woman? And they had like 10 children. Or no, it was Kate plus 8, right? Or something like that. It was 8. You see how they got the slogans? I never heard, social services, whatever, what they're doing with the cameras, all those children. White privilege. Anything that's a smoke screen, they support it. They encourage it. They fund it. And that's it. But people, they still got hope. Good luck.